The Azimuth Saga, Part 9, The Proteus Wave and its Aftermath. In previous episodes, we've described events covering nearly 200 years of Azimuth history, from the first discovery of Guardian and Thargoid technology, the development of a very early Guardian weapon through Dr Caleb Wycherley's involvement in the ending of the First Thargoid War 150 years ago, Project Seraph and the Black Flight in 3302 and 3303, through to Salvation's development of Proteus Wave technology in 3307, the pirating of the Alexandria, the discrediting and disbanding of Aegis, and numerous tests of the new anti-Thargoid weapon. We are now ready for the culmination, the detonation of the Proteus Wave and the ending of the Second Thargoid War. On the 30th of June 3308, Taurus Mining Ventures, newly renamed to Azimuth Biotech, moved two megaships, the Bright Sentinel and the Heart of Taurus, into the HIP 22460 system. This had been the site of Project Seraph Base at Fort Ash, and it is where the Thargoid destroyed Black Flight megaship, the Overlook, remains. More importantly for Salvation, there were two Thargoid sites on Moon 10B, and for the greatest incarnation of his super weapon, the Proteus Wave, he needed to plug the device into one of the Thargoid devices in one of those sites to amplify the power of the tuned electromagnetic pulse to destroy every Thargoid spacecraft in the system. The Proteus Wave was powered by Guardian relics, and the hostility of Thargoid technology to anything Guardian was well known, so this was clearly a risky strategy. As more and more Guardian technology was brought into the system, Thargoids started gathering. This was part of the strategy. By attracting the majority of Thargoids to one system, their elimination would be devastating. This was in fact exactly the same strategy Salvation had used in Cornsar, but defences were needed. So Salvation asked his sponsors in the Empire, Federation and Alliance to help fend off the Thargoids until the Proteus Wave was ready to fire. The battle lasted for weeks, with 3 Imperial interdictors, 3 Farragut battlecruisers and a repurposed Alliance freighter fitted with anti-Xeno weapons, supplemented by thousands of smaller ships, all fighting to keep the Thargoids away from the Bright Sentinel. Sirius Corporation chose not to take part, and kept its megaship in an adjacent system, along with the Azimuth Biotech megaships Musashi and Glorious Prospect. Early on the 9th of August, Commodore Morag Halloran broadcast a message to the crew of the Bright Sentinel.
This is Commodore Halloran. I've just received word that the Proteus Wave weapon has been successfully installed at the Thargoid surface site. Soon we will initiate the weapon's activation sequence. It will take some time, so we need to be wary of any attempt by the Thargoid fleet to interfere with Salvation's plan. I've confirmed with Galnet officials that every major newsfeed will carry live footage of the superweapon's activation. We'll share the coming victory with the people we fight for. Every loved one of the millions lost to the Thargoids will witness our revenge in real time. You all know your duties. We've drilled them 12 times over. Don't let the waiting audience distract you. Make me proud, okay? Halloran out.
Salvation himself recorded a personal log just moments before the Proteus Wave fired, the culmination of a 200-year-long lifetime spent pursuing the dream of conquering the Thargoids.
The time of our victory is almost here. My journey has been long. Too long, I think. I am likely to be the oldest ever living human. The fortune I have spent on cell regeneration and bionic replacements to keep my physical form intact. It would make even a serious accountant weep. Every single credit was worthwhile, though. The investments have allowed me to witness this moment, to be our salvation. The Thargoids are an ancient race, too blind to realize that time has passed. Over the centuries, I have admittedly found a grudging respect for them. The creatures are equally intelligent and ruthless, but they lack the ambition and endless potential of humans. I've given my life to ensuring the crown is finally snatched away from them. We are now the dominant civilization in the galaxy. My name will be remembered alongside the very greatest champions of humanity. I believe I have earned that much.
And when the Proteus Wave fired its bright blue pulse, it seemed for about a minute that it had all gone perfectly. The Thargoid ships lost power. The reign of the Thargoids was over. Or so it seemed. But some strange alchemy was taking place in the Thargoid structure on planet 10b. A second, green energy pulse, stronger than the Proteus Wave pulse, flooded into the system. The Thargoids came back to life, and all human craft, including megaships, were immobilized for long enough for the majority to be wiped out. All hybrid Guardian modules stopped working. Salvation, the Bright Sentinel, the Heart of Taurus, and all the Imperial, Federal and Alliance ships in system were destroyed. Thargoids became far more aggressive and actively sought out any human presence in the system. The Thargoids have the upper hand in HIP 22460, and there are rumours that their influence and the newfound aggression is beginning to spread to neighbouring systems. The story of salvation, the Azimuth Saga, is at an end. Salvation not only failed to end the war, he empowered the Thargoids far more than anyone could have imagined. In early September 3308, it is not yet clear how far-reaching the consequences of Salvation's failure will be. And far out, beyond Barnard's Loop, 3 strange new stars have been sighted, with 8 spirals of green light and 8 of blue. They are moving swiftly through interstellar space, travelling from one star to the next. They appear to be heading towards human-occupied space. The next chapter of the history of the galaxy has begun.